Hi, I'm Dr. Dean St. Mart, formulator for Supplement Needs, and in this video we're going to talk about Electrolyte Plus, our all-encompassing hydration product. So why have we developed Electrolyte Plus? Well, if we look at general population, you'd be surprised that a lot of people are actually chronically dehydrated, either through not ingesting enough water or not ingesting enough electrolytes or having an electrolyte imbalance from too much sodium. People fail to realise that mouth breathing during sleep expels a lot of water vapour, which can leave you dehydrated in the morning time. Now, if we look at hydration, it's not just about ingesting water. We need sufficient electrolytes, which create the conductive charge for hydration to occur, for our cells to actually take water on board. And if we look at most people's diets, especially in Western diets, our food is laden with sodium, and we're not ingesting enough potassium. These two electrolytes, sodium and potassium, operate off a pump to one another. So potassium takes water into cells, sodium expels it out. So if the two of them are imbalanced, you can see that you can have an imbalance between fluid, whether it's inside your cells or outside in your blood. Now, Electrolyte Plus is a 6-ingredient product which contains sodium, potassium, magnesium, a specific form of magnesium known as magnesium taurate, D-ribose, and creatine monohydrate. In Electrolyte Plus, we've included a huge dose of potassium at 510 milligrams. The RDA for potassium, if you don't notice, is actually 4,700 milligrams on average for an adult. And you can be probably sure that most people aren't hitting this with their diet. So if you were to even take in 2 servings of Electrolyte Plus per day, that's providing you with over 1,000 milligrams of potassium, which is almost a quarter of your RDA. So you can see that's going to help offset potentially an imbalance with sodium from your diet. With that, I've included a very small amount of potassium because I'm pretty sure that most people are going to be either salting their food or their food is already going to be salted. So there's only 140 milligrams of sodium within the Electrolyte Plus. Then we move on, we have 150 milligrams of magnesium. The magnesium is included because it's very important for gut motility, as well as you see, it helps with neurotransmitter clearance through COMT and other various processes in the body. But what I'm specifically interested here is hydrating your gut first thing in the morning. And that's going to lead to hopefully improved gut motility, which I'll speak about in a minute. Then we have 500 milligrams of magnesium taurate. This is a fascinating form of magnesium in that it's now been complexed to taurine. And why I've chosen this is because, again, within the literature, it shows that it specifically hydrates cardiac tissue. So it's going to help electrical charge across your heart. After all, it's important or even vital that that electrical charge is maintained within your heart because that's what keeps us alive. So magnesium taurate, very important for keeping hydration of the heart, and which is why I've chosen to include it. Then the final 2 pieces to Electrolyte Plus, D-ribose at 2.5 grams and 1 gram of creatine monohydrate. The D-ribose is going to aid with ATP synthesis, so adenosine triphosphate, which is a very important energy substrate within our body, and it's going to obviously again feed into cardiovascular health. It's going to aid in providing us with a cellular phosphate source, which is going to improve cellular performance. Now, the creatine monohydrate, most athletes are aware of the ergogenic benefit that creatine monohydrate gives to them, and that helps to increase creatine phosphate within our muscles, which again is an energy source during training and high intensity exercise. However, creatine monohydrate is actually in Electrolyte Plus to provide cognitive benefit and to aid with methylation. Again, we discussed methylation during the sleep stack video. So that's going to help again bring about improved cognitive response first thing upon wake. Now, as I discussed at the start, water intake is only one part of the hydration puzzle. Again, it's very important that we're keeping on top of our electrolyte intake and making sure that it's balanced. Again, it's going to have a profound effect even on something as simple as your blood pressure. So the best way to take Electrolyte Plus, ideally you're looking at 1 serving immediately upon wake, either mixed with 500 ml or 1 litre of water. What you're going to find from this is potentially that you're going to have less dependency on stimulants. Most people, again, don't recognize that fatigue, mental fatigue, even physical fatigue, can be driven by dehydration. So again, this is going to help potentially move you away from dependency on reaching for a coffee when in fact you're dehydrated. It's going to aid with regular bowel movement and hopefully help with mass movement upon wake in the morning. So it's going to help peristalsis, which is the contraction of the smooth muscles of the gut, and also help with bile secretion, which again is going to help with that mass movement and hopefully a stool produced in the morning time. Then finally, you're hopefully going to get improved cognitive benefit and concentration from being more hydrated. Again, electrical signals through the body, neurons act off electrical impulse. So again, you want to make sure that we're adequately hydrated. So hopefully you got some tips from this and have a little more understanding about what Electrolyte Plus is. I'm Dr. Dean St. Mart, formulator for Supplement Needs, and thank you for listening.